3Xs, episode 3. Yes, special number, special episode. We're going to Fort Worth, Texas.
Don't forget to pray out loud. Make us proud. Son, don't forget where you come.
You can see I've got on my purple. I'm all about Fort Worth, Texas. And I can't wait to show y'all some of the amazing artists, venues, and completely the entire scene that exists on that side of the Metroplex. Yes, I'm talking about Dallas. We have to give them a little credit. They've got Granada Theater, cool places, but it doesn't even hold a candle to what Fort Worth has to offer. So give me 1 minute while I give you my hail all hail and give you a montage of all things great about Fort Worth, Texas. Hail all hail, TCU, memories sweet, comrades true, light of faith,
that was so cool.
Follow through, praise to the TCU. So if we're going to do Fort Worth, I just got to be upfront with you. Kind of my homeland. I went to TCU. Both my parents graduated TCU. Both my aunts and uncle, my sister graduated TCU. I am frog to the core. This place is as y'all as common as traffic. I really mean it. The women, the beautiful women, abound. And if you can get past the traffic on I-35, you can actually find some good stuff. So let's take a historic look at Fort Worth. Back in the 1800s, some dumbass lawyer decided to call it the Panther City. The guy said that it was so quiet in downtown, a panther could be sleeping in the streets and no one would notice. And that's a long way from the days of Hell's Half Acre and the Fort Worth Stockyards. And you know what? TCU, being the stand-up city that it is, embraced that. You know, shoot 'em up kind of types, cowboys. It's where the West begins. That's Fort Worth. But what does it offer compared to its big brother in Dallas? I mean, you do have some amazing stuff in Dallas. The House of Blues, you've got Granada Theaters, Southside Ballroom, everything in Deep Ellum. But the great thing about Fort Worth, and the not so great, is that it's a bit smaller. So let's start things out at probably what will be the biggest, which is the Dickies Arena, which is coming later this year. They've already booked bands like George Strait. Yeah, he's back touring, I guess. Mercy Me, Black Keys, and Modest Mouse. That's pretty good for a venue just starting out. But since it's not open, I don't want to get into theoretical. Let's go to the classic. Billy Bob's Texas, the world's largest honky tonk. They get some amazing bands too, and I think that you need to give some credence to what they're able to do for the country scene. People like Scotty McCreery, Lee Brice, John Wolfe coming in and doing regular shows there. People want to play there. People know what to expect at that venue. Classic, trendy country music. Compared to the lesser venues in town, this one gets the big names consistently. Gift shops, photo opportunities, large bar counters, and a ton of pool tables. But it is on Northside, and I don't think you want to get caught up there too often. And anybody that even went to TCU knows Northside's not really a great place if you're from the south part of Fort Worth. There are some great other offerings in town, especially if you want to get away from the country scene. Let's take it to one of the newer areas of town, or at least one of the more gentrified areas of town, which is Main Street. Main at Southside. Go confess your sins at Mass. That's the place. When my parents were in college, they had this bar named The Library, and they would always tell their parents, hey, I'm going to the library. Now you can say you go to church. That's amazing. That's a great flip on that word. But they've also gotten some great musical talents coming in as well. They've got Walker Lukens. They've had the Unlikely Candidates. It's more your rock and roll venue, especially in comparison to Billy Bob's. Quaker City Nighthawks has played there. And this venue also offers some things beyond even just your normal music scene, which is that they also do kind of a regular stand-up comedy routine there as well. They're always wanting to get new fun things in there. And especially for this part of town, they need something like that. That's not really a place you want to go to consistently if you want to just chill and vibe with your friends. And the irony of what I'm about to tell you is that we're going to go to 7th Street to find something smaller. You've got your Landmark, and no, we're not going to talk about that. We've got your Magnolia Motor Lounge, but we're not going to talk about that. We've got the Capitol, and yes, it's the Capitol. Why do I have to keep explaining this? It's not the Yard, it's the Capitol. It was better as the Capitol, but we're going to go to Pop's Safari Lounge. Yes! Cigars, wine, bro night, with music you've never heard of, unrecognizable bands, unrecognizable artists. This is the place to chill and vibe and genuinely enjoy a good music venue. This place has been around for a while, even before all of the bars have been around. They're in one of the older buildings. They bring in the older people. If you're going to be sitting around smoking a cigar, you're probably a little older. But here's a little clip that I can show you from Pop Safari Lounge, just to give you a little taste of what you should expect. Pretty great. I do think we need to give some notable recognition to a few other places around town. My former bar, Bar 299, they bring in some of the best cover bands you can imagine. I think that the Live Oak probably has one of the best looking stages. And if you really want to get your kicks off, I would go to the Shack or Panther Island Pavilion. Both are kind of right in the same area, right on the river. And they tend to get some interesting sounds in. They had Ubby Dubby Fest there earlier this year. It's interesting. I'm not saying it's for me, but it's interesting, it's cool, and I think you should definitely give it a bother. So I've already mentioned this band. They play Maine at Southside. They've played Magnolia Motor Lounge. They have a great live recording from Magnolia Motor Lounge. Quaker City Nighthawks. It's a really unique name, but their new album is kind of their name. It's QNCH, Quaker City Nighthawks. And the song I probably like the best off of that album, the new album, is Tired of You Leaving. Mostly because it says to me, what is this band? They have this song, Queso Blanco, that I really like. Good evening from Fort Worth, Texas. Kind of gets your local kicks off. Some serious Texas stuff here, I swear. But their new album is unreal. They are really developing their sound and making it appeal to be the next biggest thing to come out of Fort Worth. The guitar, the psychedelics, it's really all there. Tired of You Leaving is about as Fort Worth as you can get. It's all about some girl who keeps leading you on, and frankly, the guy is tired of her leaving. That's pretty Fort Worth to me. It's got some Southern soul. It's composed well. I think that the psychedelic integration on this song really makes them stand alone in the Fort Worth music scene as somebody who can really develop a sound, push it forward, and push new heights. So, with that being said, I don't want to say anything more about the song or the album. I think it speaks for itself. And you can go to our website, and I'll have a link to the album where you can listen to it for yourself. Alright, this one's going to be a little different for me, but I want to make clear that I will 100% claim Post Malone a hometown favorite. Apart from Dallas, he is from Tarrant County, Grapevine High. I will clump him in with Fort Worth any day of the week. He's part of the Fort Worth music scene. He's ours. I don't know what I can say about his new song, Wow, that hasn't already been said. It's a chart topper, Billboard's usually not my type. But Mr. Tattoo Face himself has a unique talent, and I think we should recognize that and celebrate that, especially for a hometown guy. The only thing that I can say about Post Malone that needs to change is that we need to take a look back at his song Congratulations and objectively say that, like Gwen Stefani spelling out bananas, he needed to spell out congratulations so that I could pass my second grade spelling test. If I had the song in my head, I would have passed Miss Ray's spelling test. It's that simple. Post Malone, you failed me. As far as Wow goes, wow! He's got great bass. It's got a great rap lyric. I think he tends to find himself in a little bit of an R&B phase, at least new age R&B. And this isn't really his T-Pain, Tory Lanez type R&B. It's rap. So I think for him, exploring a diverse range of sounds, including his own unique taste and sound, really pushes this song, and it also allows him to set himself apart within the Dallas-Fort Worth music scene, and especially within Fort Worth, where everybody seems to be a country or rock and roll artist. Plus, this song is all about the bottles, and if you guys know anything about turtle races at the Whiskey Garden, this is the vibe. What I'm listening to this week is really interesting. I've gotten myself into that summer pop R&B, like old school R&B vibe, and I do want to bring up one of the newer songs by Leon Bridges, Beyond. So yeah, Fort Worth produced a worthy R&B artist, somebody that has been compared to Sam Cooke, Otis Redding, but I will even go as far as to say that he's compared to people like Benny King, Percy Sledge. There are some amazing old school R&B, really talented people that he brings himself akin to. This isn't Tory Lanez. This isn't Bozzy. This isn't your new age R&B. This isn't post Malone R&B. This is genuine old school R&B. This song specifically, I think, brings a very intrinsic, very well written set of lyrics. What he's done with this song really brings his sound and his scene into fold and really brings that R&B look, demeanor, scene, and sound to a new generation that probably hasn't heard anything beyond, and I do mean to use the word beyond, auto-tune. Yeah, I said it. I think that R&B artists these days, especially T-Pain, tends to use it too much. This song is not that. And for that reason, I think it's a great listen, great summer vibe, and you should definitely be listening to it with me this week. Next song I'm listening to this week, it's one of those that I've revisited a little bit. I have a personal connection to this band. I used to work at a bar with the bassist Mike Best. Siberian Traps is really cool, really interesting, and I think they do kind of have some similarities in the psychedelic rock range that Quaker City Nighthawks has, but they really separate themselves in that it's a little more laid back. Quaker City tends to be a little more southern rock. Siberian Traps is a little more indie. Those two are a little separate if you were to categorize psychedelic rock in two different ways. But nevertheless, it is still psychedelic rock for both bands. So I've been listening to them for a while. 3 full-length albums. Again, that special 3 for the 3Xs.Three episode. The unique thing about this band, and especially kudos to Mike Best, is that amazing bass lines. This song in particular, Stray Dogs, has one of the best bass lines you've ever heard. It kind of walks around. It's a little fast, upbeat. It doesn't follow your traditional jazz walk. It follows a rock walk. And I'll admit, first time I saw them, it took me a while to go see the band live. But when I saw them at Maine at Southside, they were absolutely ecstatic. Their band is well composed. They've got great pieces. Every member of the band has a significant relative part to each song. You can't just say that the drums are the best. You can't say that Mike Best and the bass are the best. The band together makes each instrument, each type of instrumental better. What they do with that composition, with the build of their band, which is that they allow each piece to shine through in specific parts to make sure that the song gets the intention across. The bass comes in at about 24, 25 seconds. Before then, you're kind of listening to light guitar. You're kind of wondering, what is this? And then even later in the song, the vocals pop in. It's really cool. I think Stray Dogs does something different within the psychedelic range in that they really bring an indie, chill, relaxed vibe to the scene. This is one of those driving to work jams. Kudos to Siberian Traps. Thank you for the new stuff. Keep it up. I hope to see you again at Maine at Southside. If you're going to mention Fort Worth and we're going to talk about the stockyards, you have to give some credence to the people from the area that have completely experienced the area and that have written about the area. Classic Casey Donahew, Stockyards. It's an ode to Fort Worth. He's from Burleson. It's really Fort Worth. And as anyone who ever spent a little bit of their youth in the area knows, the Stockyards is the place to go. You can be 14 and use a fake and get past the doorman. It's that type of area. It's a little touristy. So I'm conflicted about this song because I want it to be a hometown ode. The ballad of a generation, of a people. But I can't say that. This song sucks, and we're going to run it through the ring. Look, it's just not good. Let's start with this. Would you put this song on at a bar? Even if you were to go to the country type stuff. Billy Bob's. The Capitol. Again, it's the Capitol, not the Yard. Even the rodeo at Will Rogers. This is one of those songs you play for tourists because they want to get into that Stockyards vibe. So you'd really only play it at the Stockyards. You wouldn't play it anywhere else. It's got too much twang. It doesn't have a genuine beat. Maybe for PRs or Cadillacs, but it's certainly not for any other place. And I feel bad for those bartenders there that have to listen to this song on loop every 20 minutes. That's enough to drive someone mad. I don't need to say anything more. You're not playing this anywhere beyond the Stockyards. So first X. Alright, here we go. I don't know if he would sing this song or if he'd even take up the offer. It's not really his vibe. He's folk, but god damn it, Bob Dylan absolutely could have sung this song better. If you're on the chase, and I know the place, William Roberts will surely suffice. It's really not well written, but surely Bob Dylan could have sung this song better than Casey Donahew. It wouldn't have that twang, it would have a little more intimacy, and even though he could have sung it better, we'll leave it to Casey. Yikes. And as far as cultural impact, that's kind of where things get a little tricky. Yes, you could argue that the Stockyards have been impacted by this song. People that have heard Casey Donahew want to be able to hear this song at the Stockyards. But the real answer is that the Stockyards impacted Casey Donahew much more than Casey Donahew impacted the Stockyards. And objectively, you've got to say that it's not great for that aspect. I could write about how great rock and roll is because that sounds great to me, but it's not going to mean that me writing about rock and roll makes rock and roll any better. The same thing goes for Casey Donahew. So that is third strike. That is an approved 3Xs song. That sucks. But I will give it up to Casey Donahew. If you're looking for something else by him that offers a little more, I'm just going to throw out his song, Country Song. We'll leave it at that. So we've already talked about a lot of great new rock and roll that's come out of this city. It's a city known mostly for its country scene, but great rock and roll has come out. And Meach Pango is one of those bands. Yes, I said not Peach Mango, Meach Pango. They played at Fortress Festival this year and absolutely murdered the stage. I think that the city has a knack for developing new bands because it's such a fun city, and fun bands want to play in fun cities. This fun band from a fun city wants to play fun music in a fun city. It's not called Funky Town for nothing. Their album offers some fun stuff, including a song B/A/F. I'm just going to call it BAF. I don't really know what you call it, but it's great. So let's see if it's great. First things first, I just want to go ahead and tell you, play this song anywhere. It's fun. Road trip, play this song. Baby shower, play the song. A dog's birthday party, and why are those a thing? Play the song. I think even in the college bars where you're expecting a bigger beat, rap, something you can get drunk to, this is a song you can put on and people will start dancing. It spreads joy like wildfire. Play it. I swear. So thumbs up, number one. Second, I will fight anyone that says this song isn't catchy. If this song was any more popular, I could see it being played regularly at weddings. The opening guitar is just fun. Seriously, you can just air guitar the crap out of that thing. And there's something about their vocals that are just easy. They're not refined by any means. And the average person can definitely sing along with that. Kind of raspy, upbeat. You can yell, you can mosh, you can do whatever you want. So it is certainly a catchy jam. So thumbs up, number two. In the chorus, ooh, I've got a hold on you. Ooh, you've got a hold on me. If you can't sing that along with the band, I feel really bad for you. Might need to check your vitals. Grab a dance partner, have some fun, jam out to this song. It's a banger for a reason, because now it's got our 3rd thumbs up, and that is 3Xs approved. Great. B/A/F by Meach Pango. Yeah, I know I missed a lot this episode. Fort Worth has a lot to offer, and that's the great thing about this city. We will definitely do part 2. We'll go over other places like Shipping and Receiving that offers great music and good vibes. We'll go over other bands like American Aquarium, Parker McCollum. Amazing stuff is coming out of Fort Worth. And it's my honor to make the 3rd 3Xs episode all about this city, this town, this scene, this vibe, these people. It's absolutely amazing. So thanks for tuning in. Again, we're on YouTube, Spotify. We've got all of our socials up. We'll have a few of the clips on our social in the coming week. I urge you to try and get in touch with me if you'd like to be on the show. Tell me, did I do it wrong? Did I do it right? Did I miss something? And I want to hear it all. Thank you so much. Thank you, Fort Worth. Thank you to people watching. And we'll see you next time.